Yeah. So what is this showing? Like, tell me.
This is a unit circle.
Okay, and what is a unit circle? Is the word unit the same unit as before?
Unit is unity, one.
Yeah, it is a fancy way of saying one, right?
Hmm.
But that does not mean it's one circle, right? And there will be two, three circles. No, that does not mean that. What does it mean, Shivan?
It is basically the distance from the center to the, circle.
Yes, it is
What we
the
define as
radius.
radius.
We
What we
call that
define as
radius, right?
radius.
So this is basically a circle of radius. What?
One unit.
One. Yeah, it's a circle of radius one, right?
Yeah.
What is the formula for circumference?
2 times pi into radius.
Yes, two times pi into radius. And what is the circumference here then?
2 pi.
2 pi is the circumference. Good. Uh, so what does that mean? So what does circumference mean?
The length of the boundary. The
Yes, the
length of the circle.
circumference means the length of the boundary, right?
Right.
Circumference means the length of the boundary. So can we say, let me try to frame it. If I have a circle of length, like which is the circumference 2 pi and radius 1, I will cover the entire 360 degrees. Can I say that?
The entire 360 degrees. Yes, that's what the circumference is.
Yeah, like if I say that if I have a 2 pi length, okay, like suppose if you just close your eyes and imagine things, uh, suppose I am a snail, I am here, you can see the mouse pointer, right?
Hmm.
And suppose I move at a length of 1 from the center, right? Like I am constrained to move like this.
Yeah.
Let's imagine the circle is not here for a while, right? And as my mouse pointer moves, the circle will draw. Okay, let's
Yeah.
imagine that. So as I move, so this is the snail. Okay,
Hmm.
as I move, right, I move.
Draw the circle.
Yeah, I draw this arc. Okay, like I keep on drawing this arc. This arc gets longer, 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 longer. The snail is still moving. It's still moving, still moving, still moving, still moving, still moving, still moving. And it comes here. So what is the length covered by the snail now? What distance did it cover? What
The
distance did it travel?
circumference of the circle.
Which is,
2
let's
pi
let's let's
times
not talk in let's not talk about circumference now. Let's talk about distances now. Okay, what distance did it cover?
2 pi times r.
Let's not talk about distances. No, let's talk about only the distance. Let's not think in terms of circumference for a while. Let's talk about the distances. So it's 2 pi distance it covered, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. What 2 pi is? 2 into pi, what is pi? 3.14, something, something, something. What does
Yeah.
it become? 6.28, something, something, right?
Right.
So, let's suppose this length was a meter, that this was 1 meter. So, it
Hmm.
covered 6.28 meters approx.
Hmm.
Can we say that? We can say that, right?
Yes.
So, let's point out here specifically that Shivang, I'm hearing my own voice.
Now is it good?
Is it fine now? Is the voice fine?
Yeah, your voice is fine.
Okay. So it's pointed out specifically that 6.28 is a number, right?
Hmm.
It's not a degree.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes.
So what we did is that, so can I now say that that 2 pi thing is corresponds to 360 degrees? Can I say that?
Yes.
That makes sense, right?
Yes.
So now imagine, so this way, distance is now a measurement of degree. Think about it
Hmm.
that way,
Hmm.
right? We will be getting numbers, and those numbers will be measurement of the angle covered, right? We will no longer measure the angle in terms of degrees. We will be measuring them in terms of numbers and the idealizer. Are we cool with this?
Yes.
So now what? Now suppose if I now the snail again is here, right? And it moves a distance of one. It moves a distance of one something, maybe 1 meter.
Hmm.
It moves a distance of one along in this manner, right? So
Hmm.
that so this particular arc measures an angle here, right? It
Hmm.
measures this angle.
Hmm.
Are they getting this?
Yes.
So this way the radian measurement comes in. This is what we call the radian measurement. Okay, measuring angles in terms of numbers instead of degrees.
Okay.
Like this is something which is not like this was this taught to you in school.
Yeah.
Like this manner, no, you don't actually know this.
Hmm.
So this is the idea of radian measurement, right? You want to use calculus, and calculus doesn't work on degrees because it's arbitrary. You want to measure angles with numbers, and this is how you allocate numbers to the angles. Are
Okay.
we cool now?
Yes.
So, like, what insights do you have now, Shivang? Tell me.
Like each point on a circle is defined in terms of the angle it makes with the origin as well as the axis, base axis.
Well, kind of. Okay. So, let's look into this now. This figure d theta equal to ds by r radian. What can you explain this formula using what we did right now?
Have you changed your screen?
Okay, yeah, this one. Can you explain this formula d theta equal to ds by r using what we did now, like taking that reference?
So we have defined the distance ds in terms of the radius and the angle.
We want to define what the angle measurement is. Why is
Okay.
it ds by r? Tell me.
ds is the length of the arc, which is very
Yeah.
small, and its ratio with the radius gives us the angle.
Why?
Because as we looked When we cover the entire circle, it is equivalent to covering 360 degrees, which is defined as 2 pi in radians.
Okay, previously I said that this angle measurement is the length covered here, right?
Yes,
So that way d theta should be equal to ds.
d theta is not exactly the length in, the numeric length in meters, centimeters, or something like that. It is unitless. It's
Yeah, that is
giving
fine.
us,
That is fine. But suppose I told you that suppose this length was say two. Okay, this length was two. Okay,
yeah,
let's hypothetically assume this length is two, which it clearly is not. So why isn't d theta equal to 2 radians, and why is it equal to d theta equals to 2 by r radians?
because it depends on the radius. If the radius is
Exactly,
smaller,
exactly. We are scaling it, right?
yes,
There's a very intuitive way to think about the formula, guys, right?
yes,
Previously, we had radius equal to 1, so the length was equal, the magnitude of length was equal to the radian measurement, the angle measurement, right?
yeah,
That if it would have been 1, this would d theta would have been equal to 2 radians, right?
yes,
But since this thing is scaled up, like we could have different radiuses, or we could have different radii, right? To be grammatically correct. We could have radii as 2, we could have radii as 3, 0.5. So what will that do to the length? It will increase or decrease it, right?
yes,
If we have it, if we have this radius as 2, this arc would be much bigger, right?
right,
So for the same angle measurement, we can't say that if this is length is 2, for this length, for this much radius, this will be 2 radians. For some other radius, this will be 4 radians. We can't say that way, right?
right,
Like because the same angle can't have different measurements, right?
hmm,
So we simply divide it by r to scale the terms. If
yes,
it is 2, it's intuitive. The length of this arc will increase, but we have divided it by 2, right? Again, so that the angle measurement comes in. Okay, cool, guys. So you had a fun experience today, Shivan.
yeah, I had,
Like this was something which I developed right now, this thought process.
yeah,
Like personally, I haven't thought about this formula in that intuitive manner, which I thought about it right now.
that's what we are doing.
Yes,
That's what for we are doing this.
yes. And I hope that you also wouldn't have thought about this formula up till now in this manner. And
No, I didn't.
yes, because I personally didn't. I made it up. I made it up right now. I made this up right now. Trust me. And there's a very good way to think about it. This makes this entire formula very, very intuitive. You will
Hmm,
never have to learn in your life that r equals to l theta, which is a formula you will go on and see later in your lives, right? You'll
right,
always remember that right now, that there is some length and you're just scaling it by radiuses, right?
hmm,
Cool then, guys. So we'll sum it up here. We'll probably, if we get time, we'll of course, discuss more of the chapter from here on.
आज का हो गया.
Yeah, आज का हो गया, guys. Yeah, cool then. Bye bye. वैसे I'm Aruna, right? I introduced myself before.
Hmm. Follow on Instagram and LinkedIn.
Yes. So I'm from BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus, and Shivang is
By
from
the
Vellore.
time it gets posted, we don't know where we would be.
Yes, and Shivang is from VIT Vellore campus, and we both are majoring in electronics and communications engineer. So,
By mistake.
uh, kind of, but you love the subject. Don't take. used for granted. Cool then. Bye bye.
Bye.
Recording.